Hello everyone, I'm back with my Ford Transit van, camper conversion. As you can see, I am currently working on the floor. So this is a little different from the cargo vans. This is a 15-passenger van that I took all the seats out. After going back and forth, I decided I did want to keep some factory seats. So as you can see right now, I have everything pretty much insulated, except spots right here to keep some of the seat rails in. And again, this is just so I can have, factory seat belts that are bolted down like they usually are. So basically what I did here is there's a lot of grooves in this floor. So, anytime there wasn't kind of a groove, I put down a piece of wood. So as you can see, there's, wood running along the floor, and then in between those gaps, basically where the metal raises up. I don't know if you can see that too good, but you kind of have a lower section here and then kind of a raised section here. So I put wood where the section was the lowest, and then all in between where this kind of raised piece is, I filled it in with spray insulation. Probably not the neatest job in terms of the spray insulation, but it looks. I'm happy with how it came out. First, I wanted to use the rigid board as much as I could, and then fill in any gaps. So you can see I kind of have some rigid in there, but for the most part, I use the spray insulation. After I sprayed, basically went through with a bandsaw and just kind of manually cut as low as possible so it's flush with the wood. I actually left this to show what the spray insulation looks like. So, it definitely does expand. So basically what I'm going to do next is take that bandsaw and I'm going to pull it tight and kind of go all the way down and saw it until it looks like this. It's flush to the wood. So I have a flat surface to put my plywood. So that's kind of how I insulated it. Now this van is equipped with rear AC and heat controls. So I also went back and forth on this. Did I want to take them completely out? I decided to leave the rear heat in. As you can see, that thing kind of coming from the passenger seat down. That thing was routed through both sides of the van. So what I decided was to at least keep one side. And I plan on running it underneath. I'm going to have bench seats on either side. So I figure I'm going to run it underneath that. And then I'll have two vents with a rear heat in the back. Again, it's probably, not ideal, but, at least it's something. Figured I could, keep that rear heat in when I'm not just camping somewhere. I kind of had to take the existing ductwork out and kind of fabricate something, so that's why it looks like that. Basically, it actually did work out well. I just cut, I had two pieces of the duct, the hard plastic air duct there, and they actually fit right in together, and then I just kind of wrapped everything in that insulating tape. So right now it's tied all in. When I turn the heat on, it blows through pretty hard, so I think that's going to work well. Haven't really figured out the rear AC yet. The rear AC actually, the ductwork kind of went up and then through the ceiling, so I'm going to have to figure out some sort of way to run it up through the top cabinets I want to put up there. But that's not for a long way yet. So the other thing I did was I did run some conduit. I'm not sure what I'm going to need up front, but basically figured now that I'm doing it, I plan on having the battery over here under this bench seat. It's going to cover this wheel well in the rear AC. So I ran a conduit under the floor. As you can see, it's coming up and it's running all under that spray foam, and it's coming out right there under the driver's seat. Now this happens to be where my the car batteries are. There's two batteries underneath the seat, so I figured if I wanted to tie in to my actual batteries or put some sort of switch that I can charge my house battery using the alternator when the van's actually going, I can do so. I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to do yet, but I figured I'd install the conduit anyway when it comes time to do the electrical design. And again, as you can see, I do have the seat rails. These two, they're not bolted in right now, but you know, it's just a bunch of bolts, and these come right out. So I'm gonna have the finished floor. I'm gonna have to figure out some sort of way when the seats aren't in, some sort of covering to you know, cover up the holes that are gonna be there. But so that's so far what I've done. I bought the finished floor. I have all the plywood cut out, so the next step is just to cut the spray insulation and then install the plywood. So I will make a video when I do that. All right, we'll see you guys later.